What are Web3? Subscribe to my YouTube channel and smash the notification bell to stay up to date with the latest releases. If you have worked with blockchain, odds are that you have heard of dApps, decentralized applications, which are more commonly known as dApps, are essentially applications for Web3. Web3 is the emerging version of the web that relies on decentralization and blockchain technology, seeing as smart contracts-driven decentralized applications are at the very core of Web3. It is worth answering the question, what are dApps? Essentially, dApps are normal applications that come complete with blockchain and Web3 functionality. If you have heard about dApp, DeFi, blockchain, or crypto, all of this relates to the massively growing interest in dApps. Developers and startup teams build decentralized applications on distributed peer-to-peer blockchain networks. They use many of the same computer languages as Web2 apps and can often perform the same functions. However, because dApps can run on blockchain-based peer-to-peer network, no one person has central control of the dApp. Additionally, the code for dApps is open source, shareable, and stakeable, leading the way for more developers to begin building. When we hear the word Ethereum, we typically associate it with a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin. While that definition isn't entirely incorrect, it's important to understand that Ethereum is much more than just a simple cryptocurrency. It's actually an open software platform built on blockchain technology that enables developers to build and deploy decentralized applications. Within the Ethereum platform is a cryptocurrency called Ether that is used to power applications built on the Ethereum blockchain. To be fair, the entire concept of Ethereum versus Ether can get very confusing very fast. We'll explore the differences between Ethereum and Ether in a large module. For now, let's focus on basic building blocks of what makes Ethereum so cool and perhaps so revolutionary. Let's start with some simple definition. Ethereum aims to change how internet works, because for the first time it allows online computer systems to run without using any third party. Ethereum lets software applications run on a network of many private computers, also known as a distributed system. What is a distributed system? Similarly to most websites, information is stored on a server, which is basically just a computer with a database in it that contains the site's information. If that computer is damaged, all the data and the website vanish. With the blockchain technology, that same database is distributed among a vast number of people's computers, so that all information in the database is public and the database can't really be shut down as long as the computers are still contributing to it. In short, this means centralized or corporate mega computers and cloud servers are replaced with large decentralized networks of many small computers that are run by volunteers, people like you and me from all around the world. Here's an analogy. If you have ever downloaded a song file of a system like Napster, LimeWire, BitTorrent, etc., then you have already used a distributed system. The users have the song downloaded on their computer, upload them to the network so other users can download it from them. But instead of downloading the whole song from one person, you download pieces of the song from multiple people, hence the term file sharing. So the big breakthrough behind Ethereum is that any user can use this new distributed network to create and run decentralized applications. No permission is needed because third parties are no longer required. What is a blockchain? Blockchain are a way for many different people or computers to agree on something even though they don't know or trust each other. By using special math and careful rules, everyone can agree on a list of the things that have happened. For example, in Bitcoin, people can agree on a list of all the payments that have been made, and then they can use that list, also known as a ledger, to know how much money everyone has at a given time. That type of money is called cryptocurrency or digital currency because the money is tracked by computer, just like your online banking. Ethereum uses the same idea, but instead of just keeping track of payments, you keep track of computer programs. This computer program can still be used to track money, sure, but they can also be used for so much more, like loans, banking, regulatory compliance, auctions, or even deciding who has won an election. So what is Ethereum? Simply, but Ethereum aims to completely reinvent how the internet functions. Ethereum's vision is to create a world computer, a huge network of many private computers that run various internet applications without any third parties. But why remove the third parties? Removing third parties has many different benefits. For example, since Ethereum is a computer network run by the community of users, it means that personal information of users will no longer be stored on central servers of big companies waiting to be hacked, sold, and distributed, so it's safer. In addition, decentralization means that no user or group of users can be excluded from using applications, so people from all countries and backgrounds are free to use and participate without approval or permission. Even the Ethereum applications themselves don't need permission to exist, which means they cannot be removed or censored from any app store. It's an open system and anybody with an internet connection is welcome. Putting all together, it's hard to say that all Ethereum will be used for, because it can be used for anything you can write a computer program to do. But if there is a situation where you want to keep track of something, and it would be a problem if someone could hack or manipulate the result, it's a good bet that Ethereum can help. The result will look like regular website or mobile apps, but will be completely uncheatable. As long as it's built right, not even the person who makes the app will have the power to break the rules they agree to. So let's look on smart contracts. The basic function that powers applications and programs built on Ethereum is called smart contracts. Smart contracts are digital agreements that execute automatically based on real-world inputs in data. It's best to think of them as a if-then statement. If conditions are existing, then perform function B. Like if condition A exists, then perform function B. Let's look at a simple example. The king has to put the castle up for rent through the blockchain, and the rental payment has been made in cryptocurrency. The renter receives a receipt which is held in a smart contract with the following terms. The king must give the renter a digital entry key by a specified date. If the key doesn't come on time, the blockchain releases a refund. If it does, the smart contract validates and releases both the rental fee to the king and key to the renter. The smart contracts work on the if the premise, so the renter can expect a faultless delivery. If the king gives the renter the key, then he is sure to be paid. If the renter sends a certain amount of cryptocurrency, then the renter receives the key from the king. The code cannot be interfered with by either party without the other knowing, since all participants are simultaneously alerted and the code is open sourced, meaning it is publicly viewable. But here's the really cool thing. Smart contracts have applications far beyond improving the reliability and efficiency of rent collection. In fact, any processes that currently involves manual interactions between two parties can now be automated, and the value can be moved in real time over the blockchain rather than settling days later as which traditional banking. Ethereum and smart contracts are helping to build the smart economy, one in which slow manual processes prone to error and fees are replaced with automated processes that are completely transparent and trustworthy. The best part is that a middleman or any rent-seeking third party can be completely eliminated. Plus, apart from some gas fees to power the network, there is no charge to set up and deploy. Understanding DAPs, DAP is the abbreviated term of decentralized applications. Just as any developer can build apps for the App Store on Apple's iOS operating system, developers can also build on top of Ethereum's blockchain infrastructure. To the end user, a dApp might not look and feel any different than other apps you use today. However, dApps are powered by the blockchain, and this makes them different and perhaps far superior. Here is what you need to know. A dApp's front-end code and user interface can be written in any language that can make calls to its backend. Its backend code runs on a decentralized peer-to-peer network like Ethereum, and all records of the application operation are stored on a blockchain. In most cases, the entire code base is open source. This means other people can access the code and build on top of it, but no one owns the application, meaning they are free to be used, improved, and built on top of by anyone in the community. Finally, the collection of users of the dApps are free to govern themselves. This concept is called autonomy. Running dApps on the blockchain also offers added security benefits, since the transactions are distributed and encrypted across the Ethereum blockchain. There is no central place for a hacker to breach and gain access. Ethereum is perhaps the best platform for building dApps, thanks to its very own language, Solidity. This enables developers to perform smart contracts using the Ethereum virtual machine. Using these tools, developers have created dApps with use cases ranging from prediction markets to resource planning. Decentralized applications are oftentimes token-based, meaning they use a cryptographic token issued over blockchain for all transactions made using the dApp. For each dApp, any transaction that occur while using it are publicly available on a blockchain explorer, providing a transparent internal economy. To further explain what a dApp is, it's helpful to view them in comparison to Web2 apps. Which we all used every day. dApps versus apps. It's hard to overstate the original importance of Web2 applications or apps. Web2 applications brought the internet into the cloud and was an integral part of the social media revolution. However, whereas Web2 apps brought the internet from Web1's static state into the dynamic web we know today, Web3 apps, or dApp for short, promises to do even more. Web3 applications or dApps connect us to the blockchain network, giving them the following characteristics: connected to the financial infrastructure for digital assets and tokens, decentralized with the computer power spread across many nodes, able to provide immutable, transparent system of accounting and transaction, rely on smart contracts to automate their functions, censorship-resistant applications. Web2 apps similarly do not provide the amazing feature that blockchain enable. The dApps going live today still connect people from all over the world in real time for all sorts of reasons, but they also have a native economy that breaks away from the many problems of traditional finance and businesses today. As they are an important pathway to Web3, dApps are emblematic of the next massive technological leap. Further, Web3 already has applications and sites that are already running dedicated to itself. So, how do we try to define something that has not even been created and is still an idea that has gathered the attention of the likes of Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, James Omondi, Microsoft, and other personalities. Web3 meaning can be closely linked to its predecessors, Web1 and Web2. It is the third stage or phase of the internet that can be expected in the future. The creation of Web3 can be traced to the back to the distribution problem of Web2. Big companies control and the rights policy of the internet led rise to the coming of the Web3. The Web3 promises to decentralize the internet to break the chain of the monopoly of giant technology corporations. It means it will give rights to every stakeholder and individual who uses the internet. The idea of Web3 gained so much attention due to its decentralization promise that the concept of decentralization is often used alongside Web3. Summary. In summary form of dApps. What are dApps and their benefits? From a developer's standpoint, building dApps gives them this power to bring the internet to the next level. The transformation from Web 2 to a more secure, efficient, and fair Web 3 is inevitable. Blockchain-based startups are becoming mainstream, and digital assets are revealing themselves as the next generation of value. Blockchain developers benefit by having the ability to bring better, strong applications to a global base of users. The dApps they build improve on Web 2 as they bring the following enhancement to Web 3 development. Censorship resistance means that since there is no centralized point of failure, it is much more difficult for a government or any other group or to control the underlying network. Servers downtime ceases to be a problem as blockchain networks run continuously in a peer-to-peer way. One server or even multiple servers can be down, but the blockchain still runs in real time. When those downed nodes come back, they are instantly updated with the real-time version of the blockchain ledger. Having access to the blockchain-based smart contracts allows developers to connect to the massive cryptocurrency industry by incorporating token functionality into their dApps. Web3 applications connect to digital assets, markets, and multiple blockchain for a modern interoperable financial system. Because of the open source nature of blockchain technology, developers don't have to reinvent the wheel. They can use any other open source code or smart contract in their architecture. This brings us to the question, what is liquidity? In financial markets, liquidity refers to how quickly an investment can be sold without negatively impacting its price. The more liquid an investment is, the more quickly it can be sold, and vice versa, and the easier it is to sell it for fair value or current market value, or all else being equal, more liquid assets trade at a premium and illiquid assets trade at a discount. In accounting and financial analysis, a company's liquidity is a measure of how easily it can meet its short-term financial obligations. Actually, what we are trying to do here is making every idea liquid. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and smash the notification bell to stay up to date with the latest releases. Click the green button and comment any question you want to ask me or you want to ask this agency. You will be answered instantly.